So, we got a lot of news about Legends Z-A coming out. Recently, Pokemon had their big competition, the Worlds for their card game and VGC and all that. I didn't really watch any of that, I didn't really care. But a lot of news of Legends Z-A came out, and that I do care about. So, first off, as I started to record this, as you'll see on screen, Mega Victory Bell was revealed. And I gotta do a video one day reviewing all the Mega forms because I have a lot of mixed feelings about them. This one, though, I love. It's stupid and I love it. If you're going to be bad, be entertainingly bad. There's some really bad Mega designs out there, but at least this one is so bad that I kind of love it because it's so stupid. But yeah, and they had this weird found footage thing to reveal it, which, don't get me wrong, I'm glad Pokemon is trying new things. It could have just been a simple reveal, just like, hey, here's some game footage or whatever. But they did this whole found footage thing, and I'm like, okay, it's interesting at least. Even if the payoff was really stupid, they do this. Maybe that was the whole point. Maybe it was parody because they knew this whole thing was really stupid, and so they're going to make fun of this found footage genre, which is a really stupid genre. So it's so fake and so ridiculous. The payoff's always ridiculous. So here you go. Yeah. But yeah, Mega Victory Bell. So a lot of people I saw discussing what its ability would be, and I'm like, guys, there's no abilities in this game, right? That came out recently, and I don't know why anyone thought that abilities were going to be in the game anyway. They weren't in Legends Arceus, except for Regigigas, poor Regigigas, and I guess Cherim. But that was it, It's because abilities literally cannot work with this new battle system. They would have to revamp the entire ability system, and Game Freak is not going to do that. They don't have the time, They don't have time to do stuff like that. So yeah, no abilities. But if these Megas they continue into Pokemon Champions, I guess, then maybe it will have an ability. It says in its Pokedex entry that its acid can melt steel, so maybe it'll have the corrosion ability or something like that. That seems nice. But anyway, with this new battle system, we saw that this thing has some kind of acid attack that has a very wide range. It might be a signature move or something. So that might be interesting. It looks like it confuses all Pokemon it hits, so that'd be interesting. And we also learned that the speed stat is all about how much of a cooldown a Pokemon has before it moves again, which makes sense, but I'm a little concerned that will make slow Pokemon, basically unusable. I don't know if Torkoal or Snorlax were in this game, but if they were, they would, move, every one time for every 3 moves their opponent would do if they were really fast. Because speed was already a huge thing in Pokemon and, in competitive. It's a very important stat. And here it looks like it's going to be even more important because it depends how much you move. So yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. Hopefully it's not a huge thing because, like I said, there are a lot of Pokemon I like that do happen to be kind of slow, so I want them to be usable, but we'll see how it works. Speaking of new Megas, we also have Mega Dragonite, which was revealed a long time ago, but I never talked about it. It's one of those Megas that it's my opinion on the design is just kind of meh. It doesn't feel like a Mega. There's a lot of Megas whose design I don't feel like they feel like Megas. Mega Kangaskhan, all you did was take the baby out. Come on, that's not a Mega. That's just the baby coming out of the pouch. It just, I don't know. You put wings on its head, its tail is longer and has a little ball at the end. It actually feels like this is what Dragonite should have been from the beginning. Some Megas actually feel like that it should have been their evolution. Because it's called Mega Evolution, and some of these Megas don't feel like an evolution. They just feel like a fan artist just put some extra things on it, here we just put wings on its head, even though it still has its wings on the back, and that's all it needed to fly. What's the point of those big wings, anyway? But yeah, if this was the original Dragonite, Dragonair to Dragonite, and this is what it looked like, that would be fine. I'd be okay with that. It does seem like that's what Dragonite should have been from the beginning, but it's a Mega, so it's it's underwhelming is what I'm saying. It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. Just kind of meh. But anyway, moving along. We found out that status ailments will continue even after battle. If you're poisoned, you could be walking around the Pokemon, it will still be poisoned. So yeah, better keep some antidotes or full heals on you or something like that. They said that this is going to be the hardest Pokemon game yet, which is not a high bar to clear, to be fair. All Pokemon games have been very easy. Even Legends Arceus was easy. Although I will say, that was one of the few games where some of my Pokemon actually would faint. I guess, because most of the time when I play through a Pokemon game, none of my Pokemon would ever faint, because the games are so easy. So some of my Pokemon did faint in Legends Arceus, I'll give them that. I guess it technically was harder than the other games. This one might be too. We'll see. With the new battle system, it's probably going to take a while to get used to it, because one of the reasons why the games are so easy for me is because I'm a veteran. I've been playing Pokemon since the very beginning, so I know how to play, and everything just feels like child's play. It's like I know what to do. I know what Pokemon moves and abilities and items to use and all that stuff. So, but with this new system, maybe not. It's a new thing I got to learn, which is exciting. I like learning new things, especially when it comes to Pokemon. They needed new stuff yesterday. Speaking of that, held items are a thing, which was not in Legends Arceus, so that's cool. So it's funny that we get held items but not abilities. I guess held items are easier to implement, because one of the reasons that abilities would just not work with this whole thing is because they're one of the reasons why battles take so long, because they're always going off, different things going off, and makes battles go so slow. And with this more active, more fast-paced battle system, you just can't put that in there. So I'm guessing whatever hell items they have, they'll be able to just go off naturally as the battle's going on. Like, there'll be a message, but you won't even notice it unless you're paying attention, kind of thing. So, and obviously not all items are going to be a thing. And also, here's another funny thing, going back to the speed stat, I don't think Trick Room is going to be in this game because there's no double battles. So it's like, is there not even a way to, like, make your Pokemon go faster? Is Choice Scarf going to be a thing? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. There's so many questions still left to be answered, but that's what makes it exciting, I'm actually excited for this game. I'm not expecting the world. So here's the thing. There's been a lot of discourse about how the game looks and, the animations, and some of those cutscenes that we've seen are not, they're Pokemon. They're not great, when compared to other games that we're seeing on the Switch too, and just games in general, even on like the PS3 and even, whatever. It's like, yeah, Pokemon is clearly behind the times. That's why I don't think they should be full price games. They're clearly not a AAA standard. They're not as polished. They don't look as good. They don't run as good. It's just the presentation is clearly not AAA, but they're charging AAA price. But that's just Pokemon. They can charge whatever they want. People will buy it. We saw it with Scarlet and Violet. Those games were trash, but everyone still bought it, myself included. Although if I had known how trash they were going to be, I probably wouldn't have. But whatever. Hopefully this won't be trash. It doesn't look like it will be. The fact that there was a demo playable when Scarlet and Violet didn't have one, as far as I remember, shows that they're way more confident in this. And what about the Pokemon Champions thing? That's going to be the standard for VGC next year. That was surprising to hear, although it was rumored. And it's like, okay, does that mean Gen 10 is going to be completely different? Because if that's going to be the new standard for VGC, that means the new game's going to have to do something different, because then why would people, well, at least the competitive people, why would they play it? They got to do something different, because it seems like they really are trying new things, which is good. Like I said, Pokemon's been doing the same thing for decades. But of course, as well, I'm on the subject of Pokemon Champions, is it going to be pay to win? I mean, Pokemon's already pay to win, and if you think I'm wrong about that, watch the YouTube channel called I'm a Blissey. He's done plenty of videos talking about how Pokemon is pay to win, and yeah, it's pay to win. So Pokemon's already pay to win, but with this, which obviously has its own currency, it's already been confirmed, and it's going to be free to start. They already said those exact words. Yeah, there's going to be microtransactions, and it's going to be pay to win. So I'm glad I don't play competitive Pokemon, because, it's bad enough that it was already pay to win, and the hoops you had to jump through to use what Pokemon you wanted. You had to buy every game in the series to get certain Pokemon because they're only available in certain games. And, it's crazy. It really is. But anyway, like I said, don't have to worry about it. I don't play competitive Pokemon, so I can ignore Pokemon Champions. But it's kind of cool that they have all the gimmicks. Like, is that going to be the standard for VGC? Are they going to have Mega Evolution, Dynamaxing, Z-moves all in one format? Like, that's nuts. But it's funny, too, because I always wanted them to do that. I never said this on camera, I don't think. But I said if they made a Pokemon Stadium game, they need to bring back all the gimmicks. I wanted it to be like the Smash Brothers Ultimate of Pokemon. Have all the Pokemon, have a Gym Leader Castle for every region, have all the gimmicks, including triple battles and rotation battles, everything, and just have it be the ultimate Pokemon battling experience. That's what Pokemon Stadium should be. But I guess Pokemon Champions is the closest we're going to get, which, again, is a shame because it's obviously going to be pay to win. So whatever. I guess Showdown will always be there for everyone else. That's the other thing, too. Like, as long as Pokemon Showdown exists, it feels like Pokemon Champions is kind of pointless, except, if you just want it to be official, I guess. But whatever. Like I said, pay to win. Sheesh. Anyway, Legends Z-A. Get back to that. They showed off some character customizations. It's great. The female characters can wear skirts again. That's great. They haven't been able to do that for a while. I don't know why. Yeah, but character customization was terrible in Scarlet and Violet, unless you got the DLC, which I didn't, because why would I pay more for a game that's that terrible? But, yeah, because the customization's back. That's nice. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, there's probably going to be a bit more coming out. We still have a lot of megas rumored that will hopefully come out soon. And if the rumored starter megas are real, then hopefully we'll get them soon. Because I still haven't figured out who I'm going to pick. I don't know who my starter is going to be. We'll see. I'm waiting for them to reveal the megas. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about Legends Z-A, and I'll see you next time.